This is our last game of the day session here from Fort Bluff Camp, 2016 NACA National Tournament. And the first serve of this matchup goes out of bounds off the serve from Megan Brunsvold. And now CCAA will serve it up back to the outside and now dug out, and the Cougars play it over here on the near sideline. Pace picking up just a touch in this one from the last few matches that we've seen. We'll have to get used to this pace of play again. And that hit into the net on the far side by Lola Gerard. And it is a 2-0 lead for CCAA as Jonesy McGregor serves it up. Turn back out front, and this hammered back off the shoulder of an Evangel player. Now set in the middle and just tipped across. Out front and again left too close to the net for Lydia McNeil, who hammers that home, and a 3-0 lead for the Cougars. CCAA in those black uniforms to the right, Evangel in the blue to the left. As this serve now tracked down by Brunsvold and hit across and in by Emily Callens. A 3-1 lead for the Cougars. As back to serve for Evangel is Emily Callens, a senior. Callens with that serve. Played back up off the top of the net. It eventually falls in for an ace, making the score 3-2. Serve here played deep, and another ace as this one goes through the hands of Topanga Dooley. As Emily Collins to serve once again. Dooley plays that straight up, now back in the middle, and dumped over by Karsner. Now to the outside, put across by Gerard. McNeil's hit is dug out in that back row, and now flipped back over. And into the net goes the hit from Johanna Karsner. A 4-3 lead for Evangel. And Callens to serve once again. Misplaced back to the far side. Brunsvold set to the near side and hit across by Archer. And that was partially deflected out front off the hit from McNeil, and then into the net off of Lola Gerard, and we're back tied at 4. So into the lineup for the Cougars comes Hannah Hansen. And Lydia McNeil, a 6-foot junior, to serve for the Cougars. Now set to the outside, put across there by Peyton Vines. Good dig on that back line by the Cougars. They'll have the opportunity to play it here. Back to the near side. And that will count as a kill for Hannah Hansen. And a 5-4 lead for CCAA. The serve here by McNeil. Tracked down by Brunsvold. And then sent over by Vines. Now put back across again. That's Gerard. Now in the middle, that hit out of bounds by Karsner. And we're tied at 5. Pretty good matchup here. Two fairly evenly matched teams. And serve here played now into the back row for McNeil, and that's going to go down off the hit. And it is a 6-5 lead for CCAA. And Jessica McLean, freshman, will check in. This CCAA team is extremely young. Only one senior on the roster. Most of this team, 8th graders and freshmen. And there is an ace and a 7-5 lead. So Karsner to serve again. It's a little bit deeper, and another ace. And that actually caught Braylon Archer a little bit in a wrong spot. It wasn't low enough to really play on a bump, and it wasn't high enough to let go out of bounds, and it just kind of caught her in between. And off this serve, play to the outside. Brunsvold let that fire. Good dig on that back line by McGregor, and now this tap down for Evangel results in a score, and it's now 8-6. As into the lineup for the Lightning comes Olivia Sanders. Track down that back row, and that hit out of bounds. A little bit of miscommunication between McNeil and McGregor. Now an 8-7 lead for CCAA. And there's an ace. Game tied up at 8. Once again, Sanders with a serve. And that is another ace inside that back line. And it's now 9-8. Boy, it's been a real interesting beginning to this match. A couple of evenly matched teams going back and forth here.
So for a game still considered as pool play, this one's probably the most fiery competitive game. They came out swinging.
This is good stuff. And there's a kill on the far side from Peyton Vines. 10-8 is the lead here for Evangel. This is set number 1. I know this is still pool play, but I think we figured out this time around that this one is 3 sets to 25 instead of 2, because there are only 3 teams in this particular section. And that tapped down, and an 11-8 lead. And that's served out of bounds by Sanders. Now 11-9. And Jessica McLean back to serve for the Cougars. And that's out of bounds. So make it 12-9. Substitution for Evangel as Marina Carolyn Rogers, an 8th grader, checked in. Speaking of young, Evangel has 4 seniors, but then after that, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, 2 freshmen, and 4 8th graders round out this team. This bumps across. Now Sanders sets it near side. Brunsvold just kind of set it over. And that ends up out of bounds, making it a 12-10 Evangel lead. Eliza Lavin checks into the lineup for the Cougars. Eliza is the only senior on the CCAA roster.
When you have 8th graders that are playing at the speed of seniors,
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, what an experience for them. Just think of when they get to be a senior, had that experience under the belt.
The ace here from Lavin. And the serve is another ace.
Just snuck over that net.
As it goes off of Archer and out of play, and now we're tied at 12. Like I said, this game is a game of mini runs. One team will get 3 or 4 points, and the other one will get 3 or 4 points. And no one really taking control. It's just kind of evenly divided here so far. That serve out of bounds on the far side. Now 13-12 Evangel. And that serve is an ace. Kate Ragland right on the line on the far side, making it now 14-12. And the serve now played back in the middle. Set across there by McLean. Now outside, the hit from Archer is blocked up front, making it 14-13 Evangel. Joanna Karsner back into the lineup for the Cougars. And now Topanga Dooley to serve. Back in the middle, Brunsvold just puts it across. Miscommunication there. Nobody went after it, but they managed to save it anyway. And this in on the near sideline off the hit from Brunsvold. It's 15-13 Evangel. Lola Gerard checks back into the lineup as Megan Brunsvold will serve here for the Lightning.
So the speed of these teams it's definitely a step up than what we've been watching today. Now
you could tell immediately that this was a different level.
You can just tell that aggressiveness that when they came out.
That deflected on the far side and stays down. So now a 16-13 lead for Evangel.
So with that being said, this is getting towards the end of the day. There's another night game tonight, but you know, if you were, let me pose this question again: if you were Dave Secura, you've seen some competition out here. Where would these teams fall?
I mean, definitely solid Division II.
That's kind of where I am.
I think that's, you know, Division II, Division III, there's a fine line there. Division I, you just kind of know it when you see it. As this played across a 16-14 lead. And now set back on the near side. Good play there from McNeil. And the 16-15 lead now for the Lightning as it starts to shrink again.
One thing I would say is whatever division that these two teams ultimately fall in, it looks like just starting out midway through this first game, well into this first set, that they should probably be in the same division. You know, from what we've seen.
Pretty even matchup. That hit into the net by McNeil. And for sure, these two teams are right there with each other. Back in for the Lightning comes Peyton Vines.
I'm thinking real strong Division II, but now if
I don't. It's one of those weird things as to kind of what happens elsewhere. But Emily Collins continuing to serve for Evangel here as they lead at 18-15. And we're getting this level of volleyball after 2 full days. I mean, they've been playing a lot of volleyball in 2 days.
And, you know, we talked a little bit about sandbagging with regards to, which we don't see up here. Not very often. It happens that, you know, some tournaments to fall in maybe a lower bracket handicap.
Try to get in a more winnable thing.
Sure. But these, you said there's 50, well.
There are 50 volleyball teams.
You know, at this point, like you said, there's a lot of volleyball that's been played. These teams have been playing, you know, 2 days straight, just game after game after game. And, you know, at a certain point, it's not necessarily sandbagging, but the coach is just smart in saying they want to rotate their benches and make sure that their players are going to be fresh, whatever division they're going to ultimately fall in. They're wanting to be ready and have a little bit in the tank for tomorrow.
Well, and even for sure, once you kind of, because there's a point here where you kind of know what's going to happen. And to be a little bit safe there as a coach is fine. But some of these things are still kind of right there as to what division they're going to fall into. And
I can tell you one thing. These two teams aren't pumping the brakes any.
Nope. This is full on right here. So 2015 Evangel is set to the outside. McNeil now tracking it down was Vines. Now over on the near side, good dig out of Brunsvold's hit on that back line by Eliza Lavin, and then a kill for the Cougars. Makes it 2016 Evangel. Hannah Hansen back into the lineup for the Cougars. And this serve goes up off the shoulder of Vines. Now a 2017 lead for the Lightning.
You know, this camp is a place of fun, and you see two little boys over there playing, having a good time close to the court. It doesn't get much more family friendly than here.
Yep, and there's plenty of room to do that, just not right at the end of the baseline. As this set to the outside and then hit into the net by McLean. It's 21-18 Evangel here in set number 1. A serve from Braylon Archer. Now taken to the back row for Brunsville. Good save on the near sideline by Dooley. Now Brunsville again in that back row. Played up front. Sent over there by Karsner. Now Archer dumps it over. Play a long point here. And that is inbounds in this near side corner. Johanna Karsner with the point. It's 21-19 Evangel. This is really about the closest that we've seen it competition-wise through 2 days. And we have a timeout to Evangel as they lead at 21-19 here in set 1. Take a break, come back with the conclusion of this in just a minute. You're watching the NACA. So 21-19 is the lead for Evangel here in match 1. And Karsner with the serve. To the outside. Boy, what a dig by McNeil in that back row. And ends up falling on CCAA's side of the net. 22-19 the lead for Evangel as Olivia Sanders comes in. You know, the Cougars earlier this year nicknamed themselves the comeback Cougars because they seemed like they couldn't win a match unless they were losing, and they've been trailing most of set 1 here and now have been trying to claw their way back in it, so to speak. Brunsville puts it across. Now back near side, and that's going to go out of bounds, and it's 23-19. And once again, Sanders to serve. And there's an ace. That's 24-19.
So after that Evangel timeout, it kind of shifted. Coach there, and now here's a timeout.
Yep.
CCAA's.
Yep, the Cougars will take one as well. 24-19, the lead for Evangel. As we go down the stretch here in set 1, and as we mentioned, every other pool play match that we've had this tournament has been 2 games. The last one last night was 3 that we didn't realize until after everything had already been shut off. But tonight, you know, we're back on track a little bit with the 3-set thing, and I'm pretty sure that's no matter what. Even if, you know, one team were to win the first 2, I think they still got to play that 3rd one because they have to keep track of all those individual games. (24-19) is the lead for Evangel. And and Sanders to serve up set point here. Now back to the outside. Put across by McLean. And this blocked up front off the hit by Archer. And it's 24-20. Still set point. As Jessica McLean will serve. And we have a rotation error.
Educating students.
Educating students.
To become servants of Christ. Servants of Christ.
Para llegar a ser servidores de Cristo.
To make a difference in today's world.
Faire une différence dans le monde d'aujourd'hui. Einen Unterschied in der heutigen Welt zu machen.
Fazer uma diferença no mundo de hoje.
تغييب الدنيا داير وزار.
Мы можем изменить сегодняшний мир.
Start of set number 2, and Brunsvold gets the kill from the outside, 1-0. The lead for Evangel here in our second set.
Uh-oh. They're getting in trouble from the big boy now.
So Brunsvold to serve. And that is an ace and a 2-0 lead here for the Lightning.
When you get in trouble with it from the guy with the whistle, you've done something.
Yeah, I think you're right. Back in the middle, set up close. It's tipped over, but now the Lightning trying to play it here. Sent across by Ragland, and now dump back over, and once again, Evangel will play it. Back to the outside, and that hit into the net by Sanders. Now a 2-1 lead for Evangel. Hannah Hansen back in for CCAA. And Lydia McNeil to serve. Right near side, tipped across, and basically goes through the hands of Johanna Karsner. Into the lineup for Evangel comes Jessica Hillier. So here played on the far side. Hansen hits it into the net. It's now 4-1. Serve here, a little floater, left up top. And now sent over by Ragland. That hit the ceiling and then ricocheted over, so it is out of bounds, and now a 5-1 lead for Evangel. Serve here from Hillier again, and that hit goes under the net from McNeil, and it's now 6-1. And again, Hillier to serve for Evangel. And that sent across, now set back, and a kill on the near side by Sanders, making it now 7-1.
Timeout.
And
I thought it was coming.
Yep. Cougars use a timeout, 7-1 to lead for Evangel. Back with more of set 2 in just a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament. Out of the timeout, a 7-1 advantage for the Lightning. Hillier still serves. And another ace makes it 8-1. Well, all of a sudden the Cougars having all kinds of difficulties trying to put something together. Front that sent across, Brunsvold, and let that fly, and another kill. I think that was Archer on the far side, 9-1. The lead now for Evangel. And the serve from Hillier. Collected out front, another ace makes it 10-1. Into the lineup for the Cougars comes Eliza Lavin. And Hillier with the serve. Played up front, tipped across. And a set back on the near side, just kind of set across, and now some miscommunication, and it's bumped over. Brunsvold, middle of the floor, and that's in. Inside the far corner as Evangel's Anna Kate Huber with that kill, and it's an 11-1 lead. I don't know what's happened to the Cougars here, but it's all kind of falling apart here in set two as that goes into the net, making it 11-2. Now a question about where girls are supposed to be on the floor for the Cougars, but you're okay as long as you ask an official and get it figured out before they blow the whistle to commence. Karsner's serve. Tracked down here on the near side, put over by Huber. This is McNeil, and that will end up falling in. So 11-3, the lead now for Evangel. And some up front, Brunsvold tried to leave it back, and Sanders tips it down. Now a 12-3 lead. Serve here from Brainlin Archer. And put across. Brunsvold back near side for Sanders. Brunsvold back behind her, and that's going to end up with a kill on the far side for Kate Ragland, and now a 13-3 lead for the Lightning. And this on that back line, put across there by McNeil. Tip over. Now Evangel to play it near side. That hit out of bounds by Sanders, making it 13-4. As Laura Wilson with the serve, and this hit into the net on the near side. So now 13-5, the lead for Evangel. Serve taken near side and now hit out of bounds. It's 13-6. Set back far side. This deflects back, and now McNeil puts it across. Set back in the middle. Now McNeil again in that back row. Fires, and it went off the head of a defender. Matter of fact, I think it went off the libero, who is Mally Work. And she didn't have much of a chance to get out of the way either, because that had a pretty good amount of steam on it as this hit into the net on the near side by Jonesy McGregor, and it's 14-7 Evangel. Come back over. Now Sanders to Brunsvold. Good dig over there on the far side by Dooley. Now back row. Sanders just sets it over. Hit by McGregor. Brunsvold just dumps it back across again. Now back line McNeil. And that is in along the far sideline off the hit from Jessica McLean, and it's 14-8. Serve here from Lavin. Now tracked down far side by Sanders, and Brunsvold finally puts it across. That will fall in. 15-8, the lead for the Lightning. As Marina Caroline Rogers checks in for the Lightning. Rogers with the serve. Played now up front, set across, and in on the near side. That will make it now 15-9. So here play now back to the middle of the floor, and Brunsvold will get the kill, making it 16-9. Problem for the Cougars is they dug themselves such a large hole at the beginning of the set that trying to get back out of it is a lot of work. Back line, that hit into the net by Lavin. It's 17-9. So the serve. Tracked down by McNeil, but she can't quite get there, and it's 18-9. You know, you were talking earlier about Divisions 1 and 2, and we were talking in these breaks, and we have a timeout to the Cougars here, and talk about this for a minute. But we had some time during break in between the first and second sets to talk a little bit about they have to divide all this up. Now, Dave Secura's job now is to seed this entire thing tonight when all this pool play is done. And the issue becomes there are 50 volleyball teams. There are 4 divisions. So if you're going to kind of evenly distribute it, each division's going to have at least 12 teams in their respective brackets. Now, maybe what he does is takes and overloads, like, let's say, Divisions 3 and 4, and puts 8 teams in Division 1 and 8 teams in Division 2 and put everybody else in 3 and 4. Maybe you get, like, closer to, 20 teams or something in those bottom ones. But if it goes straight across the board with 12 teams in each, then, some of these teams that we're seeing here today might sneak in that Division 1 bracket and maybe not even sneak in. Somebody like Evangel just might be flat in. I haven't seen enough from the rest of the tournament to know to compare it to. We've only seen 8 or 9 teams out of the 50, so it's hard to know. But it is interesting that that'll all work itself out here in relatively short order once pool play is done. 19-9 is the lead for Evangel, and there's a kill for Brunsvold, making it 29.
This is going to come down to back-to-back championship games for each division. Is how it's normally structured here.
Yep, we got Division 4 all the way through Division 1. That's the last 4 games that we will have for you tomorrow. And that short set was actually too short off the hit of Laura Wilson because McNeil didn't have enough room to clear the top of the net. And that's hit out of bounds. The service error by Vines gives the ball back to CCAA here as they trail at 21-10 in set 2. And that serve into the net by Jonesy McGregor, making it 22-10. Couple of substitutions here, including the libero Molly Work. And there's an ace for Brunsvold. It's 23-10. Brunsvold again. Played back in the middle of the floor. That's set across. And there is a kill on the far side by Braylon Archer. And it's 24-10, and we're up to set points here in set number 2. And that is an ace. And that will end set 2 at 25-10. So I believe if we have this right, they'll switch sides and we play another one yet?
I believe so. Well, hold.
I think so,
on.
Yeah. They're switching benches
sure.
again.
Okay.
All right, so we will be back in just a couple minutes with set number 3 here in just mere minutes. You're watching the NACA National Tournament.
Playing soccer for Faith has been so great. Being here at Faith and having an opportunity to continue playing athletics has just been a real blessing. My teammates keep me accountable every day for what I'm doing, and my coach is an incredible influence in my life.
I really enjoy playing volleyball at Faith. I love competing. I'm very competitive, and Faith definitely offers that. But one thing I really love is that the coaches not only strive to push us really hard to win in games, but they also really emphasize the fact that we have a testimony to uphold on the court.
Not only do we just play Christian colleges like in our league and region, we also play NAIA schools, some Division III and also a Division II team this year from NCAA. So just having competition like that's pretty good.
What we can offer at Faith that can't be offered at a lot of places is solid competition, but in a Christian atmosphere where they're growing and maturing with other Christian athletes and just get that really good solid foundation at our school.
As a senior in high school, I came out to visit Faith, had a great time, really connected well with the coaches and also with those on the team. And all the volleyball girls were taking me to classes, showing me where everything was. They were super helpful, and even talking to the coaches, I could really tell that they cared about who I was as an athlete, but even more than that, they cared about me as a person, and that was really special.
My favorite part of being involved in soccer and basketball is the ministry opportunities. Not only do we play sports, but we also get to go to different churches and minister there, and go to Toledo to the girls' home, and just those different serving opportunities are really cool.
My experience at Faith Volleyball has been incredible. Coming early for volleyball camp, I didn't know anyone, but during that week I built some friendships that even today I still have as a senior.
I would say my favorite part is honestly just being able to be around guys my own age at a college that just really encourages you to just grow spiritually, not just in your talent of basketball, but also that loves the sport and wants to compete and wants to win.
If you're a high school athlete and you're considering somewhere to go to continue your athletic career, but you also want to do more than just play your sport and you're interested in learning how to serve and get involved in other ministry opportunities, I'd really encourage you to come out and visit Faith, because there's so many more opportunities than just sports to get involved.
And this hit out of bounds for the first point of set 3, a 1-0 lead here for Evangel. Now I do realize Evangel won the first 2, but this is all pool play. So in this particular group, you play 3 games no matter what and count all 3 of those individual sets for your pool play record later. McNeil hits that out of bounds, and it's a 2-0 lead. Well, CCAA struggled a little bit in game 2, and they're kind of back to that mode here in game 3. And there's another ace, and it's 3-0. So Brunsvold with the serve, and that is in as well, and another ace. So quickly a 4-0 lead for Evangel. And it's played in the back row and dumped over. Now set back to the near side. That's a good dig up front and then tapped right back down by Emily Callens, and it's 5-0. Serve here, played now up front. That partially deflected, and Callens is in the net, so it's 5-1, and the Cougars will get set to serve here. Jonesy McGregor to serve for CCAA. And that hit into the net. Now makes it 5-2. Serve here again from McGregor. Back to the middle of the floor. That tipped across. McNeil fires there. Good dig in the back row by Fines. Now she'll dump it across. Middle of the floor, put over there by Karsner. Now to the outside. Sanders hits that out of bounds, and it's 5-3. Short serve here. Sent across by Brunsvold. Back near side, that hit out of bounds by McNeil. 6-3, the lead for Evangel as Diane Bailey checks into the lineup. And the serve from Callens. Rattles around and now hit across. Bumped over there by Brunsvold, and that will fall in, and it's 7-3. So again, Callens to serve. And Evangel once again with kind of a free ball here. And that tipped across and down, and it's 8-3. And that's served into the net by Emily Callens, making it 8-4 as Molly Work checks in. And now Lydia McNeil to serve for the Cougars. And that is an ace, making it now 8-5. And there's another ace. As I said, it hit that antenna on the near side, making it 8-6. And that played back in the middle of the floor. Brunsvold puts it across. Back line, McNeil plays it over. This is Vines. Now back row, set across and in. in that.
Well, if it
corner.
marked that line, it was close. Because if it marked that line, it was close.
Make it 8-7. And we do have 4 referees here, including those 2 line judges. So they have the best view of anyone in here, that's for sure. And that's in as well. Another point for CCAA from McNeil. And Lydia will get set to serve. All tied up at 8. And to the far side, that sent across by Vines. This is Hansen, and she'll get a kill. And it's 9-8. Boy, what a roll for CCAA all of a sudden.
Cougars have come alive. Clawed their way back into this.
And a timeout to Evangel. 9-8, the lead for CCAA. Be back with more in a moment from the NACA National Tournament. Serve here, played now into the back row. Brunsvold. Good dig by McGregor. Now Brunsvold sets back the near side for Archer, and we have, is that an illegal hit? They're all tied up at 9. Now Archer with the serve. Track down in the back row. McNeil puts it across, and now Evangel with it, and there's a kill on the near side for Kate Ragland. And that will be hit out of bounds by Hansen. 11-9 lead here for Evangel. Braylon Archer to serve. And then Ace makes it 12-9. Serve now played into the back row for McNeil. And now set again to McNeil. And that is out of bounds on the near side, making it 13-9. Archer serve again. Now ricochets and another ace, and it's 14-9. This played now to the outside, put across there by Wilson. This is Sanders hitting it into the net, making it 14-10. Jessica McLean back in for the Cougars. And serve here from Karsner. Played back across. Back row McNeil. Outside. A It's sent over by Ragland. They're going to set Ragland again to the far side. She'll just put it over. And now bumped over. Ragland with the set into the back row, and Brunsvold gets that to go down, and it's now a 15-10 lead for Evangel. Serve here now put back across by Dooley. Outside, Brunsvold managed to somehow get that around the antenna, and they get the point. That's a really nice play from Megan Brunsvold. And it's 16-10. Sanders with the serve. And the hit from the back row goes into the net by McNeil, and it's 18-10. Or is it 17? 17-10. 17-10, the lead for Evangel. Timeout to CCAA. We'll take one as well. We'll come back and join the rest of the NACA action in a moment. (17-10), the lead here for Evangel. Sanders with the serve. Well played far side, bumped over there by Wilson. This is Brunsvold. Good dig in that back line by McGregor. And this sent out of bounds in the near side, and it's 18-10. Sanders with the serve again. Now McNeil puts it across, and that'll make it 18-11. Serve here is an ace as it goes off the top of the net. And back down. And Laura Wilson to serve again. Sent up to the far side. Good hit by Ragland. Now back in the middle. Brunsvold gets another kill there, making it 19-12. As Emily Callens along with Marina Caroline Rogers check in. That carries out of bounds, making it 20-12. Going down the stretch here in set number 3 of pool play. Serve played in the middle, put across there by McQuain, and now Ragland hits it into the net on the near side. It's 20-13. Back in comes Eliza Lavin for the Cougars. Serve here by Lavin into the net makes it 21-13. By the way, CCAA, the Division III champs of NACA back in 2013. Coached by Destiny Karsner in her 6th year of coaching. Cougars out of Lexington, Kentucky. This played back near side. McQueen has it blocked, but good hustle on the far side by McGregor to kind of save it. And we have a double hit on Evangel, making it 21-14. Joanna Karsner back in. Serve here by Topanga Dooley. Back near side, and a nice hit by Brunsvold makes it 22-14. So Danny Bailey back in. And there is an ace from Brunsvold, and it's 23-14. And this ricochets around, now deflected out front. Sent across, and an opportunity here for the Cougars. In the back row, just set over by Lavin. And this is going to be returned out of bounds. So a kill for Evangel's Lola Gerard. And it's 24-14, back to set point once again. So Megan Brunsvold to serve. And that goes off the ceiling, and that's it. 25-14 is the final in game 3 as Evangel takes all 3 of them. And that will wrap up our day portion of the schedule. We have one more match tonight at 8:30.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have a big matchup tonight. We have Grace. They're taking on Providence. John, it's going to be a battle.
So Grace and Providence at 8:30?
Yes, sir.
Tonight?
8:30.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys tune in. You want to see some more good volleyball action, tune in tonight.
Yep. All right, thank you for joining us on the day portion of this schedule. You have been watching the 2016 NACA National Championship Tournament.